Yeah, to the Air Force motherfuckers that stole my video camera. And now my phone is turned off. See, I'd rather have this camera and be able to tell everybody that, wow, you know what? I guess there is a big difference between the enlisted and officers. I thought, you know what, the Air Force contingent, no problem. You know what? Since that woman had filmed you, would she come up there just to fucking film some guy, you know, random? I'll tell you what, my nigga, she was having dialogue with you. You know her, okay? This is not a freebie Christmas present, okay? You're taking money from me that could go to my kids. I take that very seriously. As a matter of fact, ask about me, because like back in the day, I would have fucked you up, weight class or not, my nigga. And know this, you're an amateur, I would fuck you up. I could tire you out. I could let you hit me as much as you wanted to, man. Seriously, you could throw yourself out on me, my nigga, and you would fucking hit elbows and arms and bone. And what you would do, you would tire yourself out. And then what I would do is patty cake you, okay? Snatch your fucking green, man. Turn it to the red. And then when you're really tired, what I'd do is I would force you into a position against the cage where, like, if you fell, you might get hung up, you know, on non-existent ropes. And then if I was really, really, really lucky, I could tee off on your head all the way down, you know, boom, catch you, and then boom, 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 on the way down, and then, you know, stop. So it's like this. I want my shit back. I don't want any ifs, ands, or buts, excuses. You're lucky that I'm not talking about taxing more than just my shit, okay? We're talking about time, gas, money. $200, motherfucker. I've seen $200 explode on the streets and equal shit like Harley Davidsons and whatnot. You know what? It's all good. So put it like this. Like I said, I want my shit back. My number is 916-475-7856, and my name is Dan Quinn. And if you were from Sacramento and were, put it like this, man, I thought that knockout that you got would fucking raise cheers throughout the Air Force community, throughout the world, my nigga. That's the reason why I actually was going out of my way, you know? And I thought that after I said, look, you know what, after you videotape that, after you find it, you videotape it, they're calling me away to do an interview in a cage and shit, and that's only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? And if I don't get my fucking video camera back, I'm going to be talking about the Air Force contingent for a long time. How, you know what, you might want to check your shit, okay? Make sure that things aren't laid around, because you know what, it's like this. One bad apple can destroy the whole fucking, is it true? You know, like one bad apple fucked up everything in the fucking barrel. And, you know what, I wonder if Army enlisted and, let's see, Navy enlisted, and let's see, not Air Force, we just covered them. Okay, you can't trust them because they'll steal your shit right before Christmas, right? A little free present. And then, let's see, the Coast Guard, that's indicative of Gus Walsh, and I have his telephone numbers. As a matter of fact, and let me throw a couple of them out there, and it's like this. To the Commandant, or the President, or whatever the fuck, of the Coast Guard, do you cotton to guys that are under your banner calling me up and saying that they're wiping the shit of my sons off their dick? Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm going to make a movie about Gus Walsh and all his little punk friends, okay, as they're doing little wrestling sessions, okay, and then calling me up. I bet you they wear cups, not because they need it, just to hide the fucking erections they get, because they're latent homosexuals, and they're mad at me because they look at me and they get hard. And you know what? I'm going to make a movie where they're not Coast Guard, okay? They're actually like in a pen, and they talk about my kids like they do, and they're going to spring leaks, and you know what, they're going to go up and talk to Ross Clifton, and he'll cancel them on what you do and do not say about children, okay? And yeah, so back to the Air Force. You know what, I had zero respect for you guys when I played you in football. Seriously. I mean, to me, you guys were like fucking females with penises, bitches, on the football field. Yeah, it didn't cotton, okay? And it's like this. Now, 20-something years later, I'm not seeing any motherfucking difference, okay, until I get my shit back. And if I fucking don't get it back, it's gonna get worse, okay? Because I get such good fucking deals on weed that I can pass it off to a friend and then get basically damn near the same. And what I'm gonna do is hire women to fuck your shit up, my niggas. Seriously. Oh, you got a girlfriend? Really? If a bitch is calling saying, hey, you know what? Thanks for last night, you know, stud. Yeah, it can happen just like that, okay? This is psychological warfare, bitches. It's legal, okay? I'm not going to do anything illegal to fuck myself off for my quest. Bipolar, bing, 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 like a pinball, all the fuck over the place. I've been focused on the same thing for over 4 years, okay? I am Maitreya. It's tattooed on my stomach. I had a vision 21 years ago, right after I got clocked by Steve Roddy. I was enveloped in a golden halo, and it showed me a vision of a future that this planet could actually undertake if there was enough money behind it. Equality for everybody, seriously, based on merit, you know, everybody having enough, no one going hungry ever again. It's possible this planet can produce so much, and it's not allowed to. And yeah, it didn't tell me that I was Maitreya. That didn't happen until my mom led me to a fucking sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. But back in the day when I heard about Maitreya, he actually had endless energy. And spaceships, they don't run on combustible propellants. They just don't, okay? You don't see starship or spaceships like drawn on the inside of cave walls with big fucking gas tanks, and that's basically all a rocket is, right? A big ass gas tank to barely get us there, and then we barely fucking fall back to Earth using gravity, and we're like monkeys. And you know what? Men are in charge. Oh, we're fucked. Seriously. Women are the only thing that has kept this planet from going fucking berserker crazy. Men are basically worthless pieces of shit unless they've been fucking schooled, okay? The only people that I know that have been schooled are poor and generally in the pen. I'll tell you what, the level of respect is unbelievable because the people that run, at least the California penal system, what they do is they put enemies in the same pen, okay? I don't know why. Maybe they think that if all friends were together that they would do too many fucking illegal things, and so I guess the trade-off is people springing leaks all over yards across California. It goes on the bottom line. There's a deficit in the economy. There's people going hungry, and you know what? We have enemies that weren't taught how to get along. And you know what? It's like this. If I could have a wish, I would wish that stevia becomes famous basically overnight, and then we enact laws that say people like over the age of something can't have stevia because it would prolong their lives too long, and there's too many people on the planet as it is. So no, you are not allowed to use stevia. You have to live out the rest of your natural born and for the most part pathetic, useless fucking life, and hopefully don't spring what you were born to onto your kids. Put it like this, it's not my fault that it's almost like I was genetically modified, okay? It's not my fault that I'm a white boy that has black nigga speed, okay? It's not my fault that I can catch black guys on the football field from behind when they're running for touchdowns, that I can smash Steve Taylor in the mouth in the middle of the field and then basically beat him to the sidelines or the same time, and instead of wrapping up, I try to fucking knock his shit into Timbuktu. And you know what? He was pretty good. I missed. But point is, I touched him twice. And yeah, LT, one of the biggest honors that I ever been given is by Sion Umofuke's brother in the crowd. Yeah, I asked him how many guys can make that play. He said shit like Lawrence Taylor. And I was like, God damn, you know what? it's about time someone fucking noticed. I'll tell you what, I could have been one of the greatest football players that ever played. I would trade every sporting, athletic, anything event to have my kids. Things work out for a reason. And you know what? I'll tell you what. If it's not Tara Chow, it'll be someone just as exquisite. But I'm thinking that since she looks like Brandy and is basically as pure and good as she is, and I basically feel like I look like Joe Dirt, it's a match made in heaven. So you know what, baby? I'll tell you what. Oh my God, I can't stop thinking about you. And you know what? Now it's a little bit safer. And yeah, so is there anybody out there in the Sacramento area that would legally, if you have a card, like to get hooked up to the point where you're saving so much fucking money from going to the cannabis clubs, right, that you would take your savings and cut it in half and kick it to me, so you're still saving quite a bit and you'll get better quality, and you might be able to get it delivered to your door if you're safe. And if you're not, beware. Anybody that fucks with my kids or my friends or anybody that's cool that I know and shit, you know what? Bad things are going to happen to you. I guarantee it. And if you're not a part of the cop calling crowd, you know what? You'll be easier to get to. I won't have to use my mind and think a way around it to get to my objective. Peace out.